Okay, so it is July 10th, and I'm going to show you how to make a really quick and easy recipe for raspberry scones. And it doesn't require a lot of time, energy, effort, and the best part is it only requires a cup of raspberries. Now, I have a cup of raspberries. These are from my garden, and I just picked them off yesterday, so they should be absolutely good to go. July is the best time for picking raspberries. So, here we go. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take 2 cups of flour and you're going to dump the flour into a large mixing bowl. Once you have the 2 cups of flour, you need 2 tablespoons of baking powder. So just, there's 1 and there's 2. Okay, just going to mix that flour and the baking powder a little bit just so that it's mixed. Okay. And then you're going to make a well where you're going to mix the other wet ingredients in the center. So I just use a little scoop to make a center. Next you take an egg. And just beat it up a little bit before you put it in the flour. Okay, so egg goes in. Okay. Okay, and the next thing you're going to need is half a cup of yogurt, just plain, absolutely plain yogurt. So you take half a cup, you add that to the well, and you hope that things don't totally pour over. But if they do, not the end of the world. Okay. Okay, so you've got the well, I've got a little bit of egg that's coming outside. That's okay. And of course, then you're going to add 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. And that's the second reason why I love this recipe so much, because in addition to the raspberry, which is right off my bush, it's also Canadian-made maple syrup. So you put that in the well, okay? And then you're going to add the raspberries. And they can just go right in the center. Of course, I always rinse my raspberries. They're kind of hard to wash, but I do actually rinse them before I put them in, and then I just kind of pat them dry in paper towel. Okay, so I've got 1/3 of a cup of melted butter. I'm just going to let it sit for 1 second. Alright, so we're going to add this butter. Okay, and then you just want to mix everything together so you get a nice dough with a nice consistency. So you can see it's starting to form now. One awesome thing that you can do with this recipe is if you like a sweeter scone, add a little bit of sugar, or I often see raspberry mixed with white chocolate, so that's another choice, totally. Okay, so we're almost done here. Okay. So that took like all in all like 5 minutes. Alright, I don't want to overmix this too much. That consistency. Alright. So, you want to take scone size, something like that. Working out nicely. I'm going to bring this over so you can see what I'm doing here. So, you should be able to get 6 on a tray. Okay, we're officially ready to put the scones in the oven. It's preheated to 400 and on just like a middle rack. And the scones are going to go in for 15-20 minutes depending on how hot your oven is. Sometimes it's more like 10 to 12 for me, but anyway, here we go. Okay, so later tonight I'm going to actually serve these with a little bit of French vanilla ice cream. But for me, I just love them buttered and done. So again, you can replace the raspberries with cranberries, blueberries, like basically almost any fruit. And any berry anyway. And As I say, there's not a lot of sugar in the recipe. You could add a little bit of sugar. You can add a little bit more maple syrup if you like that. Or when you're done, you could sprinkle it with powdered sugar or icing sugar. So enjoy.